Hey, how are you guys doing? So, long time no see. It's been a while since I uploaded. Honestly, I just kind of forgot, and I haven't really been uploading as much as I have because, well, I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Happy holidays to everyone who, you know, actually celebrated that. Of course, I did too. Had a nice meal. Enjoyed my weekend. Didn't trade those 2 days, Thursday and Friday. I could have traded Friday, which was actually not a bad day, but stay disciplined. Trade only when you need to, only when you want to, and only when the opportunity arises. But for today, I'm going to give you guys an update. So pretty much coming into today, I actually have two funded accounts. I was actually so close away from blowing my original one. That was $174 worth of drawdown. And I was going to full port it, honestly, but I used my brain for once and I was like, no, I'm going to actually take a good trade and, make sure I actually, follow my rules like I always have. And, I did buy another eval just in case because I was like, I have $174 worth of drawdown. Not a lot of people can come back from that. And as you can see, I am up almost two bands on my account, almost brought it back to life. And as you can see, I have another funded account because I passed the one that, I actually traded with when I was so close to blowing it up. So I passed that one. I'm up $879 on this account, and I'm up two bands or almost two bands on this my main one. So yeah, I pretty much didn't upload any recaps of that. It's all on my TikTok. If you want to go and follow me, it's on Chris Trades NY. And yeah, other than that, I'm gonna show you pretty much what I took today and what I saw today. It was pretty obvious today, honestly, pretty good day. Usually Mondays are pretty horrible, but today it was pretty reasonable and pretty easy to read. As you can see, we go to the daily time frame. Uh, we see this FEG form, and we see that this FEG touched the CE of this, which I was actually waiting for to see how we would react. And as you can see, coming off market open, we took out these lows. We were just struggling to take out this London and Asia highs. And as you can see, once we took that, or once we retraced lower and took out these lows, taking out uh, these intermediate lows, which was taken out with London lows, and taken out with the daily FEG and touch of CE on the daily time frame, which pretty much initiated me to go longs and only look for longs because I was not, even though we are kind of bearish on the overall time frame, uh, you know, it always indicates the daily time frame always indicates what and where we're heading. We always gotta watch for a reaction. We always gotta watch for what's going to happen based on the key levels that we touch. So as you can see, I waited, we took that out. I was looking for a CSD over here. Unfortunately, we didn't get no retracement, so I couldn't get on here. But and we took out liquidity over here. So it was pretty annoying. I was pretty annoyed. I was gonna FOMO in and get in probably around here on this order block. But I was like, no, I'm gonna stay calm and just wait for my opportunity to arise. And as you can see, I waited for this lower low to get taken out because this is my main strategy. Always wait for a low to get taken, especially one that indicates us to continue further up. And as you can see, we took this out and we also had a 15-minute form with that sweep. As you can see, 15-minute, and we also swept this 15-minute candle, closed right above it. And as you can see, this was my entry. Pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty textbook if you ask me. I got on this 1 minute CSD. We had an order block as well. All the confirmations needed for me to go long. Took this. I was going to sell all the way. My main target was 24,467 or 25,467. Quite unfortunate because we did have an SMT with ES, as you can see. Unfortunately, we did not take it. I would have took out another con over here, but I thought we would take it out since it was so close, and we didn't. Quite unfortunate. I did get trailed out for four cons over here. I accidentally sold an extra one. Kind of unfortunate, but I did make $400 on this trade, so not bad. And then I did re-enter because I was like, okay, usually if we are biased towards long and we have an SMT, we will definitely retrace. And like I said, I always wait for a confirmation, so I waited for a sweep once again. Waited for this low to get taken care of. We did sweep this low, and we also swept we re-swept this, so made me even more bullish, and we got once again CSD order block FEG, perfect entry. Why wouldn't I enter once we have this main draw? And this, it's pretty easy in my opinion to predict these types of moves, especially when there's an SMT going on the opposite side, because we are always most likely going to retrace back up to that high, especially if we're bullish on that daily time frame or higher time frame in general, like I said, which is why I retook this and pretty much scaled over here, because once we got rid of that SMT and we took out those highs once again, that's when I was mainly going to scale out, because I didn't want it to, even though my TP is over here, I didn't want it to go and reverse on me, because I already took two trades. I normally never take a trade after a winning trade, which this was only $400, and it's not, it's only 1 hour of my day, and I wasn't, you know, I didn't want to be greedy, but at the same time, I kind of knew that we would retrace back up, so I was pretty confident in this trade, which I was like, okay, I only risked $300 about, and I scaled as we were going up. As you can see, quite unfortunate that I got stopped out here. I scaled here and scaled here as soon as we took out these ES highs, like I said, and after that, I did have one con left. I was going to hold it to pretty much this TP, as you can see, and quite unfortunate I got stopped out over here because I scaled it over here. But hey, $880 on two accounts. Who's not gonna take that, That's pretty much 2R, so I'm pretty fine with that. I'll take 2R any day. And as you can see, um, we took out that, rejected, took out the lows again, and went back higher. We probably, I don't know if we're gonna go to these 4 hour highs like I originally intended to see this morning, but other than that, I am pretty confident in my trading to this month. I have been pretty disciplined. I've stopped, doing bad habits. I stopped smoking. I'm sober. It's been sober for like a week or two, and I feel great. I don't feel as depressed anymore. I don't feel so emotional anymore. Even though, I do get sad sometimes, I just toughen it up and, deal with my problems like a man. And other than that, I'm not trying to use any coping mechanism anymore. I'm trying to move on with my life and try to, be great on myself and, love myself as well, because it's all psychology based. But yeah, other than that, two beautiful trades in my opinion. I could have managed this one a little bit better. I could have, had another trail stop over here, but it's okay. We go again and we'll see how we do tomorrow. If we get a good win tomorrow, I'd be happy. But other than that, let me know how you guys been. How many trades you guys took? How's your month been? Your holidays? I hope everyone's been doing good. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be live on TikTok at Chris Trades NYC once again at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So you can see me trade, either win or lose. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, peace.